Hey everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Veach season. We were out last week, but we are back with a vengeance and ready to get canceled right off the bat. We are your guest hosts, Rocky Magaña and Kramer Sansone, filling in for Brett Veach, who is still in the hospital recovering because it's swimsuit season, boys and girls. So he's out there injecting creatine straight into that DIAC, for his swimsuit bod to get that bulge nice and tight. And he's currently recovering from his creatine DIAC injections. Kramer, have you ever injected creatine straight into your penis?
I
make it look bigger underneath your swimming suit.
I haven't, but if Brett Veach is doing it, and I think everybody else should, so I don't think doctors would recommend it or anything. But if it's working for him, let's go for it. Let's do it.
I also heard that he you've heard of like there's all sorts of like some rich people infuse the blood of virgins and children into their bodies to make themselves younger, right?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, the baby fetus stuff. Yeah.
Well, I heard that what Brett Veach does is he actually transfuses tiger semen straight into his testicles, and that's how he makes all those big balls decisions regarding the Chiefs right off the bat. He's just walking around with creatine dicked and tiger semen that nutted up and ready to rock and roll.
Well, shoot, if it's working for him, why not?
I mean, that's what we got to bring to this episode today, buddy. We got to bring that creatine dick tiger ball energy.
You know what I mean? Right.
God, that sounds like crow milk, right? It's always sunny, right?
All the protein in there.
Yeah, fight milk or whatever. Yeah,
fight milk. 5 bodyguards, 4 bodyguards.
Oh my
God! By the way, new season coming out in next month.
New season coming out, baby. Been about time. I came across a video on Instagram this week where it was an old video where it was Charlie and Mac talking in the trailer as producers of the show, and they were talking about how they got Danny DeVito on the show. Yeah. It's because they have to all give Danny DeVito blowjobs, and then it's Charlie's turn. He goes into Danny DeVito's trailer, and Danny DeVito's wife Rhea Perlman's sitting there with a camera set up.
Oh no, that's a classic little commercial or a little spoof they did there. Yeah, I love that stuff. I do.
Yeah, well, I mean, who doesn't love a video about Danny DeVito getting blowjobs?
Danny DeVito's great. I showed you the pillow I have at Danny DeVito, right? The face pillow.
You did show me the pillow, and Danny DeVito was built like a pillow as well.
It's true.
If you're ever around Danny DeVito and you don't have a pillow, if you just lay your head right on his stomach, geez, I bet it's the most comfy place in the world.
I think Danny DeVito's the miniature version of the Michelin Man.
Yeah, no, definitely he is. He's like a miniature version of Michelin Man, or he's like a minion come to life.
Yeah, that's good.
Like an old minion, and you just want to grab him and just cuddle up next to him. Like he's like a squishmallow, but a human. And so, God, I would love to just spend 3 hours just laying in a bed in a dark room cuddling with Danny DeVito. Like that just sounds so freaking comfy.
I wish he would come to my wedding. I do. He can't clearly, or he won't. He's not gonna see the invitation. I know that for a fact.
He probably won't come to your wedding, but wouldn't it be great if I paid him to show up on your wedding night and declare he's the king of whatever. He declares prima nocta like the king's first night rights they had back in the day, where he's basically cuckolds you and makes you a cuck.
Oh my gosh!
The corner.
I hope that's not the case. That sounds terrible, man. That's not cool.
Oh my God! He's like, get in the lazy boy, bitch.
You got to pay the troll toll.
You got to pay the troll toll to get in the boy's hole. Oh man, this is a Chiefs podcast, by the way.
Damn straight.
This is
Veach season, baby.
Veach season. This is the premier Chiefs podcast, talking about only Chiefs podcast talk content about the team. 100% keeping it tight every single night. Shit is always on the rails, never goes off. That's a guarantee that we can make you. That we are the most straight-laced straight ahead news agency in the market today.
Hey, we know our stuff.
We know our shit. We just like to talk about other shit too.
That's true.
I mean, and I don't see anything wrong with that. Like life is so serious. Like, a very serious place right now. There's a lot of bullshit going on in this country, and we try to avoid politics usually on this show. But let's just say that like one thing that we don't stand for in beach season is racism and people being rounded up based upon the color of their skin, and U.S. citizens being shipped off to black sites and essential concentration camps. And so, like, if there's actual bullshit going on, we're going to call bullshit on it too, though. So, yeah, there's bullshit going on in this country right now. So, and everything's super serious. So instead of talking about that, though, I want this to be an outlet of joy in the world for people where they just have like an hour to be like, you know what? God, I got so much fucking shit going on in my day-to-day life. Like I don't have enough money. The economy's in the shitter. A loaf of bread costs $50, and it's 1,000 degrees outside, and my air conditioner just broke. Turn on beach season and just chill the fuck out for an hour and a half or 45 minutes, or however long we decide to go off the rails, and just have a good time.
It's more like 2 hours.
It's like
those are the best ones. The ones that last, the ones that last 2 hours or so. Those are the damn good ones.
Here's a little bit of inside baseball to let you guys know how the sausage is made. We don't know how long these episodes.
That's true. We
say that we're gonna have like a tight 45 minutes every single night, and all of a sudden I black out, start talking, and I wake up and it's Tuesday, and like the next following Tuesday, and I've been talking for a week straight to my best buddy Kramer, and I don't know where the fuck I am. And so my kids are like, "Hey, can we get some breakfast?"
And we're even a day late of this one being posted too. So
we are 100%.
Like, my bad.
Half the time I walk out from us recording this thing, the sun's coming up. My kids are standing there saying like, "Hey, can I get some breakfast?" And I'm like, "Who are you?" Because 3 years has passed and they have like 5 o'clock shadow and they're trying to get ready to go to work. And I'm like, you were going to VPK when I started this episode. Like, what the hell is going on?
That's beach season. That's what we bring. That's what we bring to the table, baby.
So we bring the table every single week. We try to keep it hot, though, every week. We try to keep it sexy. We try to bring that big zaddy energy. You know what I mean? I made my wife last night call me zaddy, and she was like, "No, I'm not calling you zaddy." And I was like, "Why? You don't think I'm a zaddy?"
What does that mean?
Like, it's like a sexy daddy.
Oh.
And I was like, "You don't think I'm a zaddy?"
I can't be a zaddy then.
Well, not yet. Someday you'll be a zaddy.
It's true.
Listen. You could give off big zaddy energy without being a zaddy big boy.
All right, you good point. Good point.
Your creatine dick gives off big zaddy energy, Kramer. All day. Yeah. And so she was like, I'm not calling you zaddy. And I was like, so what, you don't think I'm a zaddy? She was like, I didn't say that. I was like, you didn't say you do think that I'm a zaddy though. She's like, you're right. And I was like, so you're saying I'm not a zaddy? Like totally manufacturing a bullshit argument. I was like, how dare you say I'm not a zaddy? I am the biggest zaddy you've ever met in your entire life. I gave you 2 children.
Yeah, the only zaddy, baby.
Yeah, she was like, okay, zaddy, I'm going to bed now. And I was like, ha, told you thought I was a zaddy.
Nice. So you got her to say it good.
Yeah, I basically bullied her into calling me a zaddy. You know, nothing says being a zaddy or like a sexy older male like bullying your wife into submission, right? They say that's really the progressive male thing to do these days, and the really non-toxic masculinity, non-toxic thing to do is to manipulate people into thinking you're sexy. And so it's the dentist system.
Oh no, that's what I always go by is the dentist system.
Yeah, you gotta go by the dentist system from It's Always Sunny. If it's not the dentist system, then it's bullshit. It doesn't work for me. How else?
You can do the SEND system. It's the dentist system backwards.
Yeah, that's true. You can do the SEND system. You could also. How else are you going to seduce a woman who thinks she's a cat into falling in love with you?
That's a good point. First off, stay clear of that person, but still.
First class. Stay clear of the dead tooth. You know what I mean?
Oh, I think it's wafting in my face.
Somebody got some dead teeth. Just stay away from them. All right, this episode's getting really niche really fast, so
Yeah.
we should move on. So you know what time it is? That means Kramer.
What time
It's
is it?
time for what's hot with Krame Dog.
So it's funny. I'm going back into the movie niche because it's June. It's June right now. It was just the end of May. What's going on in the NFL besides OTAs and people going around? There's nothing newsworthy this year. Clearly, that's good for the Kansas City Chiefs until something we're going to get to later on. But still, I've been dabbling around the shows, the HBO shows, and finally, my first time in my life, I'm watching The Sopranos. And my goodness, Rocky, I don't know if you've ever seen it before. I'm assuming you have, because most people in the United States have seen this. But me, I'm 2 seasons in already. I should have been watching this a lot sooner. It's speaking to my heritage, Rocky. It's my town, my Sicilian's coming out, and I'm enjoying it.
You know, I've never watched The Sopranos.
Are you serious?
Never. I can't say I've never sat down to watch the series. I've seen an episode here or there, like when other people are watching Sopranos. And I'm like at their house and I'm like sitting there, and it seems super good. But I've never watched the season straight through. I've never watched Breaking Bad either.
I never watched Breaking Bad.
Yeah, there's certain shows that I haven't watched. Mad Men either. Like there's didn't watch Walking Dead. I just didn't like. I tried watching Walking Dead. I just didn't like it.
Dude, I stopped after when Glenn was supposed to get killed, but he got pulled out from underneath the dumpster, and that's when I stopped watching. Okay, I'm done. I'm over it.
I don't even know who Glenn is. That's how little I know about the show. I couldn't fucking tell you. I couldn't tell you Glenn from who the brother with the crossbow. That guy.
Daryl, I think.
There you go, Daryl. God, I love the name Daryl though.
Daryl's, hey, Daryl.
Hey, Daryl. Daryl's just a fun name to say. It's like what I have watched is Newhart from the 1980s because I'm old as fuck. And he says, I'm Daryl. This is my brother Daryl. This is my other brother Daryl. We've talked about that multiple times.
I've never seen that, but I know that quote.
It was a great show. It was only on for like 2 seasons. The 80s had some bangers, man. We had Alf. We had Newhart Show. We had Mr. Belvedere starring the one and only British guy as Mr. Belvedere. I actually don't know his name.
I have no idea what it is.
Oh man, you don't know Mr. Belvedere?
No, I'll look it up, but I don't know. How many
seasons was Mr. Belvedere on?
Dude, I literally type in my fingers go straight to MLB.
Dude, the best thing about Mr. Belvedere was that Bob Uecker was the dad.
Are you serious?
Yeah, Bob Uecker was the dad on the show, and it was about this British,
I've never seen this before,
butler, and like this suburban household, and he was like a great guy, and he helped out with the family and with all their problems. And Bob Uecker was the dad, and it was such a great TV show. Oh my gosh!
Is this who Dee was trying to be in that episode where she was trying to be the butler?
I think she was. I think she was trying to be Mr. Belvedere. It ran for 6 seasons. 6 seasons in a movie. That I don't think it ever got a movie.
I've never seen it. Never heard it before in my life.
I'm telling you, man.
But I do admit though, Rocky, if you have time in between looking at OTA practices, Sopranos, it's good.
I might. Did you ever see Doogie Howser though?
Doogie Howser. I don't think I have. No.
Doogie Howser, MDC. Kramer, you missed out on the golden age of television. There was another show. What was the name of it? Where this guy had an android daughter and nobody knew she was an android and she had like super strength.
Nope. Nothing ringing a bell.
What was that show?
Yeah, I think there's a generation between us, man.
Small Wonder. Yeah, that's what it was called.
Never heard of it. Wait, what year were you born? Man. What, 83?
1981. 81.
So you remember the 80s.
I was just born in the 80s. I remember the 80s. I went and saw for Father's Day, they were re-showing Indiana Jones and The Last Crusade, and my wife got me my buddy tickets to go watch it in the movie theater again. And it's the first time I'd seen it in the theater, obviously, since when I went and saw it as a child. And I was a kid all over again, reliving through that movie. Only this time I was drinking a beer while I was watching it, which makes it a way better
Hell
viewing
yeah.
experience. So it was awesome. But yeah, man, the 80s had some banger TV shows. But you know what? We're in the golden age of television now with streaming shows. Nothing
Hey,
beats the shows that we have.
I'm a
out now.
SpongeBob kid though, so that's SpongeBob's where it's at. Heck, I even got an ice cream. The ice cream trucks came by my work today. Got me a SpongeBob.
You know how old I am? I was like just out of high school when SpongeBob came out. Like,
Did you get to watch it at all?
Yeah, because I had little brothers.
The first two seasons are amazing. I don't know how they got approved to be on Nickelodeon, but
yeah,
man,
no, they were amazing. Sandy the Squirrel was hilarious in the first seasons.
Yes,
she was awesome. I really enjoyed the show. But I was like I had Rocko's Modern Life and Ren and Stimpy when I was a kid. You know, Rugrats. Like those were those were my shows.
Gotcha. I was on the tail end of Rugrats because then it switched to SpongeBob. Because I love Cat Dog. That was my stuff.
Cat Dog was cool. Ren and Stimpy, man, you want to talk about shows you don't know how that got on the air? That show was not for kids. Ren and Stimpy and Rocko's Modern Life.
Hey,
they were amazing. Anyway,
that's what is hot with Krame Dog.
But that's what's hot with Krame Dog. But we digress. No 5-star reviews this week.
Boo!
Because you guys
suck.
Are really dropping the ball. Sucks so hard. Like come on.
You don't suck.
You're great. We love you. We love you. We'd never actually tell you suck and mean it. But since you are since all Veachies are family members, we're gonna shoot it to you straight though.
Yep.
Like we're gonna tell you the truth because we love you, not because we're trying to be mean, not because we're trying to shame you, but because we're saying it with love. Tighten your shit. Get your shit together. Drop more comments in the videos. Send us more 5-star reviews telling us.
Yeah, if you're listening to us on the podcast, thank you, appreciate you. Go to YouTube and comment in the comment section. Yeah, no, I listened on the podcast, but or whatever. Like, let us know you're listening at least.
Just say hi. Whatever. Say stop being thirsty bitches asking for comments. Like,
yeah, there you go.
I don't care. Say anything. Just let us know that you're out there, that we're not just speaking into the void.
But honestly, I don't mind just talking to you, Rocky. Don't mind us talking to you. If it's
honestly, if it's just me and you against the world, Kramer, I'm okay with that.
We could Thelma and Louise this.
Yeah, we could Thelma and Louise this. I'll drive right into that Grand Canyon with you, baby. I mean, buckle up, senor. Let's roll. So really quick, Kramer, I did see before we move forward, I saw something on social media that made me think of you. And no, it was not it wasn't the wrestling video that I sent you on Instagram of those two people just literally beating the shit out of each other.
Yeah, with light tubes and all, glass spots
and all. That was intense. So I found a video on Instagram. Anytime I see an interesting wrestling video on Instagram, I have to share it with my buddy Kramer, because he's a huge wrestling guy. And I came across this video of these two just like enormously large individuals covered in tattoos who are wrestling that were just like, just like
intergender match too.
Yeah, intergender match, just full on, just like really slapping each other in the faces, breaking light bulbs across each other's faces.
The light tubes are stupid. I don't know why anybody want to do a spot with those.
Yeah, it's insane.
You shouldn't be inhaling any of that dust that's in the light tube.
No, and they're just like rolling around in it. Like it was like so. It must have been like 100 halogen like light tubes that they're just like rolling around in.
First off, those are expensive. How did that? And I know some workers don't get paid a lot, if all.
No, they had like a GoFundMe for that match to pay for those light bulbs.
They had to have.
I mean, it was intense. But I saw something else on social media that reminded me of you. It was a story being told by King Griffey Sr. About King Griffey Jr.'s rookie year. And he was 19 years old when he came to the major leagues, right? And he was playing for the Mariners with his dad. And Griffey Jr. was in center field. Griffey was in left field. And he basically told Griffey Jr., like, hey, I'm going to stay within like this 5-foot area in the outfield. Everything else is you. Kind of thing. So then this guy, hits a lazy pop up to Griffey Senior, and he loses it in the lights, but he still calls off Griffey Jr. He's like, I got it. And Griffey Jr. went right in front of him and just stole the ball right from him and like just snagged the ball right from in front of his dad and then jogged off the field. And so they got back.
I know that clip you're talking about.
Yeah, so they got back to the dugout, and Griffey Sr. said he walked up to Griffey Jr. and he said, "Give me your car keys. You're grounded."
Yep.
And he grounded him for stealing the fly ball from him.
That's amazing. That's so cool. I wish I you know what, I'm gonna try to play ball whenever I have kids, and if they don't make it pro, I can play ball with them still.
How crazy would it be to be the hottest, youngest baseball prospect like in history at the time, right? Like he was like the biggest deal in sports when he came up,
Yeah.
And just to have your dad just straight up just ground you in the dugout because because you're such a phenom, yeah, because you stole his ball, like that's insane. Can you imagine if LeBron James played with his dad and he just like, or like LeBron James now like grounded Bronny?
Yeah, it's just weird.
Court. That's crazy.
That's dumb. Crazy. That's pettiness, actually. That's not crazy.
That is pettiness. That's a ball.
You don't bring your family life into the work environment, you know?
That's the type of shit that only baseball players would do. Like there's a certain breed that baseball players are, and that's the sort of shit that they would do.
It's true.
You know, you guys are us guys. We are our own breed, guys who grew up playing baseball. All right, so this week, Krame, we have a new masterpiece.
Yeah, we do.
By our Chiefs poet laureate, Larry Quinn, and so I'll go ahead and get his little visual up here on the board. It is time for sensual poetry with Mr. Larry Quinn. Are you? Do we have our jazz music today for this?
Do we have that? It should be in here still, unless Serto's like, "What the hell is this?"
I mean, he hasn't gotten rid of our ChatGPT cartoon versions of us.
Oh, holy baby! Oh yeah.
I'm gonna walk into my bedroom after this episode playing this, being like, "Hey, Zaddy's home, girl. You ready?" And she'll be like, "Get out." And I'll be like, "Yeah, I'm gonna sleep on the couch tonight."
Some good stuff.
Right. All right, bro. Here we go. You ready for this?
Yep, it's you.
I am ready. All right, this week's edition of Sensual Poetry with Mr. Larry Quinn is about to commence. Today's episode is called, or today's work is called Spring Hill Jack, the Kansas City Phantom. Red leather, gold laces, and on the heels, springs. The label read only, for the one who deserves to fly, no refunds. He laughed naturally, but tried them on. The world jolted. Suddenly, Andy Reid, gridiron tactician, cheeseburger enthusiast, could leap 10 feet in the air with a single hop, 15 if he squatted. He soared over barbecue joints, bounded down boulevards, flipped off the Arrowhead scoreboard like a gymnast of vengeance. Something ancient in the boots whispered to him, "Take justice into your own hands. Leap. Rule the night." And so he did.
By day he was still Coach Reed, mild-mannered, walding brilliance, wrapped in Chiefs gear, but by night he became Spring Hill Jack, leaping from lamppost to chimney, chasing down rule-breaking tailgaters, punishing those who dared to disrespect Kansas City barbecue with ketchup or referred to Travis Kelce as just a tight end. Opposing coaches spoke of him in terrified tones. "I swear," muttered Sean Payton once, "I saw him leap off the press box and land without a sound, just stared at me and handed me a perfectly laminated play sheet labeled wrong decisions."
Then came the strawberry moon. On that blood-tinted June night, Spring Hill Jack turned vengeful. The Denver Broncos had released a document calling Patrick Mahomes overrated. TikTok circulated. Someone edited his face onto a donkey. The Boots whispered again. Tonight, vengeance. Tonight you fly. And he did, from KC to Denver in 27 hops. Nobody saw what happened inside the Mile High practice facility, but come morning, the field was scorched in the shape of a cheeseburger, and the words, "Never doubt Mahomes again," were scrawled in mustard across the turf.
Today, some calm Spring Hill Jack is gone. That Andy Reid has returned to his unusual sideline scribbling self, but listen closely on foggy nights. Oh, I missed my. Especially after a bad penalty or a missed holding call. Somewhere in the dark, you might hear it. The creak of old leather, the twang of coiled springs, and a low, tremendous voice whispering, "We're going for it on fourth."
Today, some claim that Spring Hill Jack is gone. Oh, that is exactly the repeat of what you just said. There was a yeah. And that's the end of it. Oh, that has been sensual poetry with Mr.
We butchered the hell out of that one.
Sorry, Larry. You deserve so much better than what we gave you this week.
Gave you the half-chub performance.
We really needed to double inject the creatine and the tiger semen.
Still give the respects.
Still give the respects. The problem was not with you. It was us. It's not you. It's me, Larry. All day long. You are a king amongst boys, and we love you and we appreciate you so deeply and so tenderly and so romantically by the sound of this song.
Shoot.
So transitioning straight from that into breaking news coming out of Kansas City today.
Huge
news. As huge as certain politicians' microscopic penises. The opposite, if it's opposite day. Yeah. It's huge as the budget of a birthday parade that nobody goes to. There's a former Chiefs employee who's suing the Kansas City Chiefs. This just came out today, a couple hours ago. Ramsey Robinson, the Chiefs, the former director of player engagement, is accusing the Chiefs franchise of discrimination against him because he is black. Ramsey Robinson accuses that after working for the Chiefs for 9 years, he was accused of attacking a female coworker and then fired without being shown the video that they said they had of him. And then the female coworker received his position afterwards, and that he also only paid $125,000 for his job when people of his position usually make $171,000 according to sources, and that this was all because he is black. The Chiefs basically said that they are not going to talk about this because it's an ongoing legal matter, but that the Chiefs don't tolerate discrimination of any kind. There's a lot to unpack with this, Kramer, right? Some very serious allegations being levied against the Chiefs by a former employee. But they're being levied by a former employee who was also accused of physically assaulting a fellow female employee.
Right.
It's like we don't have the facts. We don't know anything about this at this point. But like the truth is usually somewhere in the middle. But sometimes it's not, right? We don't know. We don't know anything. But if one side is telling the truth, then the other side is definitely wrong, right? Like if the Chiefs fired this guy because he's black, then they're definitely in the wrong. And they paid him less because he's black, they're definitely in the wrong. But if he's making up bullshit claims and he got paid less because he kind of sucked at his job, or he was new to the position when they hired him and he didn't advocate for himself for a pay raise, then that's one thing. And if it's performance based, that's one thing. And also, if he got fired because he physically assaulted a fellow female employee on camera, it's irrelevant if she was like his direct report and then she ended up getting promoted and taking his job after the fact. That's irrelevant to the situation.
Exactly.
If he assaulted her, he deserves to get fired. So the truth of that claim is kind of the linchpin of the situation in my mind. These situations are always messy, and you never really know what's going on. And it sucks because it's just going to be another situation to give people fodder to talk about.
People are gonna not question like the playing on the field. Like, it seems like there's always a player that's involved in some sort of legal issue or something. But now this is more internal, and I think this one's it means, I guess, it means different. I want to say. I mean, clearly it's not a good situation. The guy had literally put his hands on a female employee. Not good. So I guess we have to wait and see this play out. But I don't think any types of the situations like this are good. But internally, I think there could be some concern there.
There's definitely concern anytime something like this comes out in the media, because like they say all news is good news, but
this isn't good news.
All press it's good press, and this isn't good press. And it's not something that they wanted hanging over them, and but at the same time, we're in an off season where everybody jumped to conclusions about Xavier Worthy right off the bat, and Xavier Worthy was a complete piece of shit, and we were like, hey, pump the brakes. We don't know anything about this yet. And it comes out that he was actually the victim in the situation. So we don't ever know what's actually going on in these situations. We have to wait and let it play out some more. It is an interesting situation to monitor. It's just shitty all around that it's a thing that we have to talk about.
Yeah, right? Like, and it's Chiefs related, and it's another offseason of just something being a distraction.
Yeah, and Ramses Robinson was it's interesting enough is that he's the former Mr. Irrelevant from 2007. He was a cornerback selected by the Detroit Lions in 2007. So
really,
so Mr. Irrelevant is trying to make himself relevant again.
Should I guess?
A little bit, I guess.
Best way to do it, but I mean, there you go. Here's your sign.
So yeah, who knows? It's an interesting situation that we'll have to monitor as we go forward and see what's going on. But never a good thing when that's the story. That's the top headline. When you type in Chiefs news into the search engine, and every national media, that is their top Chiefs headline.
Yeah, not good. Brett didn't like this.
No. Brett was like, he's like, my nuts are still all swamped up, leaking tiger semen, and you come to me with this bullshit. Like, come on. Like, I'm all roided up. He's like roid raging, right?
It's fully torqued out here.
Yeah, I mean, he's like, I'm experiencing side effects. I got striped first patches spouting out the side of my shaft. I look like it looks like a mangy, veined up.
Oh boy, I don't want to picture this anymore. Let's go something else. We don't want to talk about Brett's dinglings. Let's move on.
Speak for yourself. I could do an entire episode.
I know you can. I know you can.
Brett Veach's, like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, Island of Dr. Monroe, like bio transformed penis. Brett, if you're listening to this, I'm a big fan of your dick, buddy.
Someone just clip that. That's please. Oh boy.
Yeah, that's a soundbite for you right there. But Yahoo Sports came out with their quarterback rankings today, and no surprise to anybody, Patrick Mahomes was ranked number 1.
Oh, good. As he should be.
The rankings went. The first tier was called the Patrick Mahomes tier. And then there was a tier below that had everybody else ranked.
So Patrick Mahomes tier 1, tier 2, tier 3.
Yeah. So Patrick.
So who's in the second tier? I'm curious. I'm assuming Josh Allen was, Lamar Jackson
was,
and maybe Joe Burrow.
Let's verify. I can't actually remember.
At least I'm pretty sure that might have been it. Sorry, I put you on the spot right there, Rocky. I hate doing that to you.
I do believe that you are correct, though.
If I hit on all 3 of those, that would be absolutely insane.
I can't find it at the moment, so we're gonna say, yeah, you're right.
Oh hell yeah! Let's go.
Congratulations, you're right.
Nice. That's what I love to hear, Rocky. Give me that fluff.
Yeah, I will fluff you all day, bro. We will. I was reading the comments. So I've been doing this, this draft crush, articles over Arrowhead Pride, like basically, and I'd say if these like long shot guys are crush worthy or not. And there was a comment, and I was reading the comments on my Jake Stool article, and somebody replied, "Is it just me, or are these becoming more and more romantic?" And then somebody said underneath it, like, they're getting more bromantic, and I commented underneath it because I love commenting on my own stories to people, that they're not wrong. That, like, I'm just trying to make things as weird and uncomfortable as possible. It's like playing chicken with the comment section to see like how far
you can go.
Push it. You could go with it before people like, start asking if you're like trying to write a romance novel over here about a Chiefs undrafted tight end. And maybe I am. Maybe it's what I'm into.
You could be. I mean, heck, that's your fan fiction. That's okay.
Yeah, and maybe it's what I'm into. Like who are you to judge?
Exactly.
To judge me. Love is love, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And so, back off, Boomer. Let me cook. Let Zaddy cook over here, okay?
Okay. All right, Zaddy.
Yeah.
But bravo for Mahomes being number one. He is number one.
Yeah, bravo.
And he was number one.
Yeah, he was number one, as they say in The Sopranos.
My number one guy.
And number one guy. All right. So also, Kelce spoke to the media today.
Travis.
Old Travis Kelce spoke to the media today.
Killer Trav.
Yeah, and he was at voluntary mini camps last week, and then he was at OTAs today.
Looking good.
Camp today, looking real good. I don't know what Taylor's feeding him and what workout routine she has, like what Pilates, whatever she has. If she probably has him, honest to God, if he did the Taylor Swift workout routine that she did get into shape to do the Eras tour, to perform for 3.5 hours straight, night after night, then he would probably be in the best shape of his life because low key, she's got cardio for days if she can perform for 3.5 hours straight while dancing, costume changes, walking all over that stage. Like, that shit is exhausting. That is exhausting. And she does it and doesn't miss a beat, rain or shine.
Just the endurance.
Yeah, so she has him doing her routine that he might have the best year of his life, the best year of his career, because he looks like he's in good shape. He says he dropped like 20 pounds. He looks healthy. I'm sure that they're sleeping together in a California king bed with 50 million thread count sheets. They're just so comfortable. Like, I don't know if I would ever be able to get myself out of bed if I was in a California king bed with like super high thread count sheets, like an 80-inch television, cuddling with Taylor Swift. Like, I'd get fucking fired so fast because I would never go anywhere. Like, she'd dump me because I'd be like, I'm good. Let's just stay here. Like, I don't want to. I have zero motivation to do anything with my life, but just to stay right here, right now.
And the crazy thing is they want to stop and just settle down, and they can easily do that and be fine.
Yeah, they got $1 billion.
They can run off to the sunset if they want to.
Yeah, they got Jay-Z and Beyonce money, right? They got like they could do whatever they want. And
must be nice, actually. Must be nice.
Man,
never see that. Never see it.
Kramer, people of me and Taylor's class, generally. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, gotcha. I'm gonna live in squalor my entire life. I'm okay with it too.
No, listen, I am the guy who is sitting there checking the bank account when I write my mortgage check every single month, being like, I should be good. I think we're good. And then a kid has to go to the doctor for something. I'm like, oh, well, we were good. Ah, damn it. It looks like I'm eating peanut butter for the next month.
Hey, peanut butter's good.
It's great. Like, I will gladly eat peanut butter and jelly sandwiches for lunch every single day so that my kids can have like Lunchables or whatever they want, right? Like, it doesn't matter to me. Like,
that's respect.
So that my kids eat whatever they want, can have whatever they want. And I'll sit there. I eat the butt end of the loaf, like the heel.
Oh, I think the heel tastes great.
It's great. As the dad, that's your job. You eat the heel pieces of the loaf. Like some days, all I eat is the crust cut off of other people's sandwiches because that's what you got to do if you're the dad. And so happy Father's Day, everybody out there. Everybody, I hope you guys had a great Father's Day. I salute you for the ones showing up, the ones doing it, the ones getting shit done. Don't care where you're from, what you do, what language you speak, who you love, what your background is, as long as you're showing up for your kids and you're doing, and you don't have to be perfect. As long as you're doing the best you can, then I fucking salute you and keep it up. But yeah, so Kelce says the best shape of his life. Krame, what do you think? What's Kelce got left in the tank this year?
I mean, I think it's his last year. I think he's going to go out with a bang. He's going to try to do what he's leave all out in the field, and he's just going to be done with football. I think it is. He understands life outside of football very easily. He's not. He's a genius. He is. And just him dropping weight, looking good, trying to just stay healthy. Because I mean, that's the best way to do it. Is if you want to get rid of excess pounds, that's how you're going to stay healthy a little bit longer, especially in a demanding sport like the NFL. So, and he's 35, going to be 36 by the end of this year. Like I think birthday's in October. So I don't know. I think he's done for this year, but I respect the fact that he's not saying it is. So he just doesn't. I don't think he wants to make a big showbiz-esque type of exit, anyways. I think you might just announce it on New Heights and call it good.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. I think it's all about how the season goes. I think he's determined to go out on a high note, right? He doesn't want to go out. He loves his brother Jason, but he doesn't want to go out like Jason did, where they lost 9 games in a row, and then he just says like, "Hey, I'm done. I don't have enough left." Like he's like motivated that if this is going to be his last year, then he wants to go out on top and win the Super Bowl, right? Like
and by the way, Jason, CTE stuff.
I didn't hear anything about that.
Yeah, apparently he's got some early cases of CTE. So I found that over the weekend.
That's horrible. That's horrible. He's such a good dude.
Yeah.
Well, that's a buzzkill.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to do that to you, but it's public knowledge.
Debbie Downer over here, Kramer Sansone.
Yep, my bad.
But a very serious topic that we have to talk about. I mean, it's the reality of the game we love, though, too. That's the shitty part. It's that you have such a good dude, such a great family man, like Jason Kelce, and then his brain is irrevocably damaged because of the sport, playing the sport that he loves and that we love. But at the same time, they know the risks that they're taking going into the game too, right? And so
yeah.
It's just a sad thing though. Anytime that happens to a good,
it's also gonna be weird when Travis does retire, we know Kelce's in the league anymore.
Yeah, I know, right? And like there's without any possible Kelce's coming down the pipeline. Like at least with Mahomes, you have the hope that maybe you have a King Griffey situation. Yeah, with Bronze coming in the league down the line, right? But it's like if Mahomes could hang on and play long enough.
Right.
But that's never going to be the thing with any of the Kelce's.
Yeah, you know what's crazy? Frank Gore Jr. could have played in the league possibly if Frank Gore still thought he could still go.
Yeah, and if Frank Gore Jr. could have got drafted, which I still believe in him as a player.
Oh, yeah, I do too.
I think that he's got it. He's so much smaller than his dad, a different type of player, but I really like him as a prospect, even now. But yeah, and other updates from Minicamp. Chris Jones spoke to the media, said that Omar Norman Lott is coming along nicely. He likes what he sees from him. Says he's a very aggressive, powerful, athletic guy.
Love to hear it.
I'm actually a bigger fan of Omar Norman Lott now than I was before because the Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs took the rookies to a Kansas City Current game, and then they recorded. They basically mic'd them up and recorded them throughout the entire game. And Omar Norman Lott was so freaking locked into that game, like had his phone up, looking up players, and then was like losing his shit over individual players, calling them out by name, like saw the game, saw it develop, knew the game, like was so effing into it, and got everybody else around him so riled up to like cheering, was just like losing his shit cheering on the Kansas City Current. That I was like, if that's the energy that he brings to his first time attending a Kansas City sporting event, that like A, he's already one of us, and then B, just imagine what he's like on the actual football.
Oh yeah,
right? And in the locker room. So Omar Norman Lott, bro, I'm on your side. I'm a fan of you so much right now. I like having him next to Chris Jones. I think it's gonna be great. Chris Jones was making fun of him a little bit, said he still has some baby fat to lose, which is funny because Chris Jones has always had a little bit of baby fat to lose sometimes too.
That's true.
especially when he came in the league. And for a guy who throughout his career has been accused of like taking plays off in Chris Jones, right? To say that somebody might be a little bit out of shape is kind of a funny thing to say. But Chris Jones also talked about the Trey Smith situation.
Oh yeah, he did.
He basically said that like Trey's good because Trey Smith, everybody, if you don't know, he showed up to mandatory minicamp. He is not holding out. He is not holding in. He's trusting the process.
He's
trusting
all
the process.
ball.
He's there for his team. If he's going to play under the tag, he's going to play under the tag. He wants to get a contract done. But regardless, he's there practicing and playing. And Chris Jones said he made the right decision. Chris Jones actually said thank God he didn't listen and do things the way I did. He said, don't take contract advice from me, Trey Smith. Don't do what I did. What you're doing it the right way. Do what you're doing and don't listen to me whatsoever. Don't take contract advice from me. Which I think is hilarious.
I think it's funny Chris Jones finally acknowledges how dumb he was for holding out that game, holding out as long as he did. And I think it was a reality check him sitting up in the stands like, yeah, let's not do that. Let's make sure no one else does that too, because that's just embarrassing.
When I said this on the Aerial Pride mailbag show, I think it was a learning experience, not just for Chris Jones, but also for Brett Veach, right? Like when the Chiefs are playing, the Chiefs are playing for the number one seed and for titles year in, year out. And when you're playing for the number one seed, just dropping the first game of the year because you're losing you don't have your best player on defense isn't something that you can afford. It costs more in having that loss to your goals than the actual money difference, right? Yeah. You know what I mean? Like the value is different of a loss to the Chiefs than any other team in the NFL. And so because of that, I think that they both, which is why when it came back around after that 1 year deal, that they did that 1 year like revised deal that really didn't give Jones any more money, but they made them all save face kind of thing. After that, though, they broke him off like immediately. Like his next round of contract negotiations were like a week long, and they made him the highest paid player at his position. I think both sides were just like F that noise. Like, we're not going down that road again. Like, let's get this taken care of and get this done. I think that the Chiefs learned from that, and Chris Jones learned from that it's better to do it the right way and to take care of things than to let it get into these contentious and hostile situations.
Yeah, avoid it if all possible. Maybe Trey stays, maybe he doesn't. I guess we'll have to. Time will tell. Get it done.
Listen, you're on the field this year, and that's all that matters.
Exactly.
Josh Simmons also spoke to the media and basically said that he is ahead of schedule and that he's feeling good. He's a full participant right now at left tackle, which is awesome. Which is the best case scenario. Which is what you want him doing. If he's ready to go by the start of the season, then I mean, you couldn't ask for a better situation, a better scenario for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah, he needs to work out. He just needs to work out. There's not much you can say about this. I'm glad he's a full participant. That means it's good. His legs are feeling good for him to go out there and take the toll. But man, we need to see him in game before I can be like, yeah, I think they finally have somebody there at left tackle to protect somebody.
You mean you actually want him to play football before you?
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
That's an outrageous bar to clear.
I'm just saying,
Kramer.
I'm just saying, you want man.
A football player to play football?
Yes, and I want to make sure he can play it to the highest level possible, because like what they've been having there at left tackle hasn't been the highest level possible the Chiefs have had in history. There used to be really good tackles that used to be in this franchise, and we need to get back to it.
We live in a society of sound bites and blind overreactions. How dare you ask for evidence of a claim? That's outrageous.
Hey, I'm just saying.
Also, Hollywood Brown said that he's back. He wasn't concerned about the money and coming back to the Chiefs. He just wants to prove to everybody that he's still the player that he always has been. Said that he feels super like 100% back, 100% healthy and ready to go, which if that's the case, and he's Chiefs wide receiver 3 with Juju Smith-Schuster being wide receiver 4 and Jalen Royals being wide receiver 5. And this is a really, really dangerous wide receiver room.
I think Royals can slide to 4. That's just me.
He might. Regardless, Hollywood Brown said this is the most talented wide receiver room that he's been a part of in his career. And
That's good.
That's good. I mean, that's saying something. And so I'm excited. I'm bullish on this Chiefs offense this year, especially this receiving group. The Chiefs aren't going to run the ball; they're going to pass the ball every down,
Oh yeah.
which it's Andy Reid. Steve Spagnuolo was on New Heights last week, and he said that he loves practicing against the Chiefs offense because he doesn't have to worry about calling running defense, like playing the run. Like he just says, they just play the pass on every single down and just deal with the run. I was like, oh, thanks. If that's what you're saying, then what do you think other teams are doing as well?
The exact same thing.
Yeah.
And you know what? And the Chiefs are still figuring out a way to win, so they must be doing something right.
Listen, if Josh Simmons pans out and Patrick Mahomes isn't running for his life and pulling, just
Dangerous.
like taking a trick shot every single play, then it's going to be the most dangerous offense in the NFL.
I'm kind of curious to see if I'm not sure if someone's even asked Spags this yet or not. I'm curious how he sees the offensive line through his guys, because he puts the best guy possible on the spot to try to get the guy beat anyways. So I'm curious to see what he thinks of Josh Simmons.
Yeah, I know. I'd be interested to hear that as well. He was joking a little bit on there, like he likes it when some of the starters are sitting out because it makes it easier for his guys on defense to win reps. He did talk about that a lot.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Duh. But yeah, I think it would be interesting to see his perspective on who the best offensive linemen are on the Chiefs defense. That's a really good point. Yeah, and it's funny because when you look at it, like obviously in my mind, the best situation is Jalen Moore ends up playing right tackle for the Kansas City Chiefs at some point this year, and Juwan Taylor his ass is benched. I'm over the Juwan Taylor experience.
I've been over it. Halfway through last year, I was like, I had pulled the plug on my end experience.
Halfway through the year before last, like I was looking at, I was comparing his reps with Penei Sewell reps last week, and it's just
why would you do that to yourself?
Like every rep, like Juwan Taylor has his feet like too close together.
Yeah,
he's standing upright. He's
arms aren't extended.
Arms aren't extended. And the other guy is underneath his pads. Like he has his horrible pad level, horrible feet, he doesn't bend his knees at all. He stands upright. He doesn't extend his arms. He doesn't grip. Like everything, like he is like a list of what not to do at the offensive tackle position.
He's just big.
He's like Lucas.
I bet he's a great person, but man, he's just
I bet he's the greatest dude in the world, and I'm glad that he found somebody to pay him $20 million a year to be a terrible offensive tackle. Like that's a win for him and a loss for the Chiefs front office. Like they got to cut their losses with Juwan Taylor. But I digress. But going back to Josh Simmons really quick. He's been working with Mitchell Schwartz this off season.
Good.
And at Chase Minicamp. And we love this. We love Tom Holly working out with George Karlaftis. We love Josh Simmons working out with Mitchell Schwartz.
Or Mitchell Shee.
What other former player do you want to see help out a player on this team? Like what would be a dream matchup for you?
I mean, I think this might be an easy one. Jamal Charles with Isaiah Pacheco.
Yeah, I was thinking that one. I was thinking of that, or like Priest Holmes was my other one I was thinking of maybe for Isaiah Pacheco.
True.
Either one.
Whoever can help teach this boy how to get through a hole. That's all I care about, actually. Yeah. Marcus Allen.
There you go, Marcus Allen. Marcus Allen helping out Isaiah Pacheco. I was thinking also, what about like Eric Berry and Jaden Hicks?
Ooh. I wouldn't even think about that. That's not bad. That's not bad.
Right? Like that would be really fun.
What if Alex Smith came back to help Patrick Mahomes?
Gardner Minshew. What about like Jeremy Maclin and Xavier Worthy? That'd be fun.
That wouldn't be much of a comp though.
I mean, Maclin was before his injuries. Maclin was a pretty athletic guy.
True. No, what about Rashee Rice and Debo?
There you go. Yeah, I mean they're basically the exact same player.
Maybe he can help him catch the ball more.
Yeah, I mean, I
Dwayne
don't
Bowe
know.
had great hands.
I think that Rushy Rice might be a better player than
That's true. Okay, you're
Dwayne Bowe
right. Okay,
was.
I
So I
think
don't
so
know. I
too.
don't know how much he could learn from him, but sure. What about like? I mean, heck. I mean, you got Mike Dana back. You got these rookie edge rushers. What about like Neil Smith and Mike Dana?
Ooh. But Mike Dana's been in the league for like 5 years now. So I don't know.
That's true.
I don't want somebody coming back. I need like a rookie.
Fine, Neil Smith and Omar Norman Lott.
All right. That works.
There you go. There you go. That one works too.
Or it just works right now. Chris Jones and Omar Norton Lott.
Yeah, or the one that's actually taking place. Yeah,
Yeah.
That works too, I guess. If you're into that sort of thing.
So we're experiencing this in person now.
What about like Dave Merritt and Noel Williams?
I guess.
Yeah, since he is their defensive backs coach already.
Yeah, it works out. Checks out.
All right. Anyway, Kramer, tell me something good before we get out of here today.
Actually, I have a would you rather for you, real quick, because I'm curious about this.
Hit me with it.
Would you rather have Travis Kelce to have 75 receptions this season, or over 800 yards?
75 receptions. Because I think that he's a red zone threat. And if he has 75 receptions, he's going to have over 10 touchdowns. And I think that that's more meaningful to increase the red zone conversion than the actual receiving yards. So they have enough receiving targets to make up for any loss in yardage.
Do you think he's going to get close to 75 receptions this year?
There's a lot of, I think so, just because even though there's a lot of mouths to feed, he's still Mahomes' favorite mouth.
Yeah.
Phrasing. He's still
good. That's good. That's
this is Veach season, everybody. All right, hey,
Veach
we love
season,
you guys.
baby.
We love you guys. Be good to each other.
Wait,
happy.
The heart.
Happy. Before we get out of here, also, love each other. Be good to each other. Kelce Saunders is having the first ever football camp for LGBTQ plus teens, which we salute everybody who loves football, regardless of your gender, who you love. Doesn't fucking matter to us. And happy Pride Month to everybody.